Okay, so Nvidia just posted earnings so explosive, they'll impact the AI tools that you use, tech stocks that you own, and the future of your job, whether you like it or not. Welcome to Why It's Trending Daily. This is where I break down the stories that everyone's suddenly Googling, and I explain why they matter to you. So people are searching Nvidia today because what the company just dropped wasn't just an earnings report. It was a warning shot fired across the entire tech landscape. Nvidia reported $57 billion in revenue, which is already insane, but then casually raised guidance to $65 billion next quarter, like they were ordering a sandwich or something. Now that kind of confidence only happens when a company knows it controls the future, and right now, Nvidia does. They completely obliterated every analyst estimate, and Wall Street is scrambling to pretend that they weren't caught flat-footed. And here's why you need to care about this. Nvidia's chips aren't just overpowering AI models in Silicon Valley labs. They're powering the future tools you're going to use at work, the apps in your pocket, the software that will automate parts of your job, and even the investment portfolios that determine your retirement. Nvidia is no longer a gaming company. It is the global engine of the AI revolution. When Nvidia moves, the rest of the world has to adjust. And the wildest part of this report is what's happening inside Nvidia's data center business. It didn't grow, it detonated. $51 billion in a single quarter. That's not strong performance, that's an economic event. And this business is growing like someone poured jet fuel into the server racks. And the engine behind it is Nvidia's new GPU line, Blackwell and Blackwell Ultra. Jensen Huang says demand is off the charts, which is cute because the charts have actually ceased to exist. The charts are in the ICU. The charts are on life support begging for more morphine. So every major tech giant, we're talking Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, Oracle, is throwing billions of dollars at Nvidia like they're competing in a silent auction for the last lifeboat. Now, cloud GPUs are officially sold out. And think about that for a second. Not on back order, not in short supply, sold out. Sold out like a Travis Scott sneaker drop. Sold out like Taylor Swift tickets. Except instead of a wristband for the Eras Tour, you get a hardware that trains world-changing AI models. Now, this level of AI demand doesn't exactly happen in a bubble. It happens because every major company, not just tech, is now building AI infrastructure. Banks, pharma, retail, logistics, healthcare, defense, governments, universities, everybody is now racing to build AI tools, systems, co-pilots, robotics, and AI decision engines. Literally AI everything. And the hardware nearly all of them need to do it comes from Nvidia. And then Jensen Huang dropped the bomb that sent Google searches into absolute orbit. Nvidia already has $500 billion. We're talking 500 billion, right? Worth of chip orders locked in for 2025 and 2026. That, my friends, is not normal, okay? That is not typical. That is not a good pipeline. This is biblical, okay? It means companies aren't just planning to use AI, they're planning to scale AI at levels that we've never seen before. Now, you're gonna hear a lot of people talk about AI like it's all hype. You'll hear people say AI is overblown. But $500 billion in pre-orders says the companies actually building the future are going to disagree with you. And this matters to you because this scale of investment means AI is going to creep into every single corner of your life. From the way you work, to the way you shop, to the way you consume content, to the way you interact with the internet. Every app you use will become an AI app. Every job that uses computers will use AI tools. Every major purchase, from your car to your phone to your kid's laptop, will be shaped by the capabilities of AI models that depend on Nvidia's hardware. And that's why people are Googling Nvidia like they're studying for midterms or something. Because this isn't a company riding a trend here. This is the company building the infrastructure of the next industrial revolution. And understanding Nvidia is understanding what the next 10 years of your life and my life are going to look like. And that's important, right? Now, here's something about this that people are actually missing right now, okay? Before the AI boom, Nvidia was mostly known for gaming GPUs. Great products, but nowhere near this type of scale. But you fast forward to today, and Nvidia is now the most valuable publicly traded company in the entire world. Let me repeat that, the most valuable company on the planet. They overtook Apple and Microsoft. Why? Because unlike smartphone boom or the PC boom or the internet boom, the AI boom requires a level of compute so massive that only Nvidia can currently supply it. Now, Jensen Huang didn't just get lucky, okay? Nvidia spent years building a moat of software, hardware, developer tools, and ecosystem dominance that's nearly impossible for anyone to compete with. AMD and Intel can't even catch them. Even the biggest companies on earth, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, are building their own custom chips, and they still need Nvidia. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. And here's the kicker. Nvidia doesn't just sell GPUs. They sell networking systems that connect thousands of GPUs together to operate like one giant gigabrain, okay? That's actually the secret sauce here. Anyone can make a chip, but almost nobody can make a cluster of 10,000 chips that run like one cohesive supercomputer. Well, Nvidia can, and that's why they're printing money like it's some kind of competitive sport. And news alert, they're winning. Now let's talk about the China situation here really quick, because this part confused a lot of people out there, okay? Nvidia can't ship its top-tier Blackwell chips to China because of US export controls. That is a huge market, the biggest tech market on earth, in fact. And guess what? It didn't even matter. They still crushed every estimate so hard analysts were checking to see if the numbers were typos. That means demand outside China, in the US, Europe, and emerging global AI hubs is so enormous that Nvidia doesn't even need China to dominate, which is pretty wild. And that's why you need to be caring about this. If Nvidia is this strong without the world's biggest consumer market, imagine what happens if US and China relations change in the future. Imagine what happens when international AI adoption accelerates. Imagine what happens when smaller countries start racing to catch up. Nvidia is positioned to win no matter what direction geopolitics are going to end up going. And here's the real takeaway, okay? The reason people are searching Nvidia right now is because it's like a Black Friday doorbuster of sorts. Nvidia is not just shaping the future of technology here, gang. Nvidia is shaping the future of the economy. AI will determine which industries grow, which industries shrink, which companies survive, and which companies ultimately end up dying. And Nvidia is the one selling the oxygen here. Understanding Nvidia isn't about stock analysis, it's about understanding the direction of our civilization. So yeah, Nvidia is very much trending today, and it matters because this story is not about GPUs. It's about power. It's about influence. It's about economics. It's about your career, my career, your investments, my investments, your life, my life. It's about how the world is changing and who's driving the change. And right now, that driver is Nvidia.